Hi everyone, welcome back to Ahna Gourmet Cooking. Today I'm doing another episode of making Ahna beef pho, and I'm going to introduce with what we have here on the table in order for you to have a delicious bowl of pho. So the main ingredient for the pho is first you have to have the beef bones, and then of course you have to have all the beef, and today I'm using beef brisket, beef sirloin, and beef meatball, and that is for the main ingredient. And then beside that, of course, we have to have the pho noodle, and we have the vegetable right here, bean sprout, Thai basil, and cilantro, and of course it's, you need to have noodle. You can either use a fat noodle or you can use a thin noodle, which is I'm having it today. Onion, you can either use the yellow onion or red onion, jalapeno, and lime. And the most important thing is for the broth is, this is the secret right here, is Ahna Pho, or Pho Ahna. It's a complete seasoning for the pho spice. And this product is just arrived in the market, and I'm gonna show you how to cook and how to use this broth in a few moments. So let's the cooking begin. So the first step we do is we're gonna use 1 onion and just a small piece of ginger, and what you do is you kind of like put it on low heat until on the stove until you see it gonna turn all brown right here. So you're gonna wait until it's all brown, but make sure don't turn it too high. If you turn it too high heat, it's gonna burn, so we don't want it to be burned, so we just wait it. And so while we're waiting for the ginger and the onion to kind of like boil over here, I'm gonna show you how to start making the broth. So what you do is you pre-boil the bones. So in here I have 2 pots, but I'm gonna use the small pot to pre-boil the bones. So we're just gonna pre-boil it. So we put it in, wait until you can see until the meat is kind of like cooked, but it's not really cooked. So once you give it for another 5 minutes, and what you do, you're gonna drain it. You're gonna drain this bones out. You dump all this water out. So let's wait for it to boil. After you pre-cook the bones, you drain out all the water, and then you just rinse it over with hot water or warm water, whichever that you prefer. So you just drain it so all the bone access to be clean. So in that way, when you make the broth's clear. So after you rinse the bones, you need to put the bones into the main part of the soup right now. Earlier you saw me pre-grill the ginger and the onion, and now we're just gonna start peeling it and cleaning it before we'll put this into the pot of the bones. So after you peel the ginger, pre-wash it, because when you pre-grill the ginger, all those, you peel it out, all the black thing there. So now you just cut it into pieces. So after you peel the onion and the ginger, just add it into the pot. Make sure to just add a little bit of salt, just a little bit. Right there. So as you can see, while the bone is boiling, this is like the residue from the bones. So what you do is you scoop the residue out. So that way we will have a clear broth. And in order for the broth to taste good as well, so you remove all the residue. So as you can see, all these bones right here. So what we do is we let the bone boil on low heat and remove the residue, and you can leave it boil for another 40 minutes to 1 hour. So while you let the broth boil, you leave it on low to medium heat. So that way it's not boiling like too boiling, and then the broth will not be too clear. Meanwhile, we're waiting for the broth to be boiled. I'm gonna introduce you to the pho seasoning. As you can see, we have two sizes of the seasoning. We have a small size, is for family use of 6 to 10 bowl, and the bigger size is for big party, with about like 45 to 50 bowls. Small size or big size, it's just the size outside, but the inside are the same thing. So we're gonna start open the package. So inside of this package, it has a small pouch. So we're gonna use this small pouch first. What is in this small pouch is contain cinnamon, oregano, anise. So inside of this pouch, as you can see right here, they have a two smaller size. So since I'm making about 10 bowl today, so I will put both bag. But if you make only like 5 bowl, half of this, just use one of this bag. Pour out the residue, and so now we're gonna wait for it to cook for another 40 minutes. Previously, we already put the 2 small sack right here to bring the pho aroma. So now this is the main secret ingredient, is right here. It's the season for the authentic Vietnamese pho. So this is the secret recipe right here. This is my secret. So in order to bring the authentic roll of pho, so I'm gonna pour it out in a bowl. Well, some people just put the whole sack in the pot, but for me I'm going to put this one, and I'm gonna pour this broth right here in here. And we're gonna dissolve it a little bit. after you boil the bones, you add the 2 small sack to bring the pho aroma, and then you keep it boiled for about 40 minutes on medium-low heat. So after 40 minutes, you add the secret Ahna Pho Seasoning to bring the taste. So the small sack is for the aroma, and the big seasoning is for the taste. After we add the secret seasoning into the pots, we're gonna wait for another 25 minutes, about that. So while it's that boiling, we can use that time to start preparing, cutting all the onion, all the veggie. So this is the last step. Cutting the onion, and then now is cilantro. This is all for the topping, pho topping. So when you eat pho without all of this cilantro and onion, it's not complete. It's time for pho, so let's have a bowl of pho right now. So now, I'm gonna boil the water on a separate pot, and we have the cradle. I'm gonna add in the pho right now. So you drain the pho into the boiling water and keep stirring it for about like 1 minute. I'm gonna drain the water out. So I like my meat to be medium rare. So this is beef sirloin that I'm using, so I like my meat to be tender, and I just pre-cooked my beef brisket, and just add some meatball. Top with some onion. Now we have ready for a bowl of pho. Okay, so now we finally complete with a bowl of pho right here, and hopefully you enjoy watching the show, and make sure to get your special Pho Ahna right here. Thank you.